Hi, everyone. I want to take the day to recommend a family of Christian podcasts. But before you do that, I'm going to preface it with Proverbs 27. It might not be immediately apparent what does this proverb has to do with a, a series of podcasts on parenting and culture and children. But the verses are faithful are the wounds of a friend, profuse are the kisses of an enemy. Um, so the idea being when you delve into a podcast like this, I think the temptation is going to be, wow, there's a lot here. But these podcasts are dealing with pretty heavy topics. So it's almost like going to look at these weighty topics. You can kind of feel like you're getting kind of just hit left and right by them. So just kind of the warning to read through, pick out the topics that interest you, and I'll explain that as we get in. To not to go too heavy all at once. The second one I would say is these podcasts cover such a wide range of topics that inevitably on some of them, either partially or even just the occasional podcast, you're going to think the person missed the boat on this. They didn't get this right. And that's inevitable when you delve into this many topics that are all often controversial. So that's going to come up. But they're good conversations to have. If you've ever come across one where you just think this guy missed the boat, I'm happy to talk about it and unpack that some. But RYM has a family of 3 podcasts, and they have one on parenting called Parenting Today. They have the RYM Student Podcast, which is meant to be on the level of students. You all can jump into that. And then the Youth Worker, which is meant to be people who are trying to minister to students. So if you're interested in the parenting one, you can subscribe to that. I think it'll pop up on iTunes or any podcasting app. And what you can do, and maybe if you're not really into podcasts, they post all the links to their resources that they cite throughout it. So they'll have a lot of links to different resources here and or to other podcasts on family worship, books, even a Bible study. So if you're looking to do family worship, they have different ways to do that, or social media. They recommend a few books such as 12 Ways Your Phone Changes You. So I say even just going to this episode index list and just reading through the links can give you some really good resources on a lot of topics such as just social media, internet, pornography. They have an episode on vaping, dating, relationships, on language. So just lots of different topics to scroll through. You might just be looking for one you're interested in as well. Youth Worker, they have a whole bunch of seasons and questions to go through if you're working with students. And then the student podcast. Let's see if I can get to the actual list. Student podcast. Yeah, the whole list. They have a bunch of episodes there by various different people. And so it's good to scroll through, such as Romans 7, Christian growth, the struggle is real. So if you're thinking about sanctification, you can think about that a little bit more. What is faith? How do you be friends with your non-Christian friends? Why doesn't God save everyone? So they do Q&As. John Stone, how Jesus used the Bible, probably a very, very good one there. How should we use social media with Jaquel Crow, who has an excellent book that I've used before. So a lot of good episodes there for students for you all to use that too. But definitely take advantage of having these resources. I'm trying to get back to their resources, and the fact that they have this family of podcasts, and also just the fact that they put the links there as well. So you don't necessarily have to go through the whole podcast. You can go in, find it, do the index and links from rym.org, resources, podcasts, and start scrolling through the different episodes and seasons, and then following some of those links. And again, let me know. It's a lot of topics that they cover, all controversial, basically. So occasionally I think there's going to be an episode that just kind of misses the boat. So let me know if you stumble across that. We can talk more about that. But otherwise, pretty good resources on topics to just open them up with students. And students, I'd say jump into the podcast for students. And if you're wanting to do more discipleship with the young person, you can also check out the one for the youth worker. I hope that's helpful and that this can be a valuable resource for you. God bless.